Hi everyone, and happy solstice, happy Yuletide. We are in some big energies at the moment, so I just thought I'd do a video, and I wanted to highlight some of the work that's come up. Yeah, it was interesting. I was following Tim Wilde and Diana Cooper, and they were talking about petitioning the lords of karma to release some of the work or some of the kind of burden that light workers and sensitives have been holding in their lives. And if any of you follow Diana Cooper, she's a beautiful elderly light worker who, she's been around for probably my whole life. She was diagnosed with cancer twice and feels that her journey with cancer was that she agreed as part of her soul contract to take on the density and fear that happened from Atlantis falling. And this time the density and fear that was blocking humanity moving into 5D. And it's very similar sense of what I felt with the cancer that I had, that actually, this isn't, it wasn't mine, and it was something that, I took on. And certainly when I had an amazing session with a channeler who, she just said I was just so wide open, and the grandmothers just kept going, give her a bit more, give her a bit more. And I was laughing because I knew that that was my soul agreement, that I had every time something happened in I'd just go, bring it on, bring it on. And I've got to that point now, it's just like, I don't want any more. And I really felt that, the karmic shift that happened for me with letting go of my ovaries and the tumours that were in my ovaries and the cancer, and transmuting that chemotherapy to release the huge tumour that was in my womb, was part of me releasing the karma that I'd brought in to transmute. So I want to share this petition or decree to the Lords of Karma with you, and any of you who've kind of who came in. I mean, ever since I was a child, I felt like I had this overwhelming responsibility to heal the earth and to wake people up, to almost create light workers wherever I went. And I realise now that actually part of that was my soul contract, that yes, I have come here, a lot of us have come here to help support what's happening at the moment, the ascension of the earth, and to wake people up to what we're doing, because the earth is just a reflection of ourselves. So what we do to the earth, we do to ourselves. What we do to ourselves, we do to the earth. And also, excuse me, I knew that I was supposed to be working in a group, and I think a lot of us light workers and sensitives or empaths, we remember that we were a group before we came here, and that we are supposed to, our work is always much more powerful when we do it as in groups. But many of us just really struggle to be in groups. We struggle with the personalities and the politics and the egos, and having been in so many my whole life, I find it really difficult. And I've got to the point now where often when I'm in groups, I just sit and say nothing and listen, because I've got to that point where I can just sit back and watch things play out. But yeah, I know that the work that I was doing, I was meant to do in a group. If you want to transmute something as big as what I was transmuting, it needs to be done collectively, and that's why it all got stuck in my body. That's my take on it anyway. But what's interesting is that, if you look at any of Dolores Cannon's work, or even Diana Cooper's book that she wrote on 2012, there's a whole wave of volunteers, people who are here to support what's happening now, and some of them have never been to Earth before, so it feels really dense here. The 3D energy of the Earth is really dense, but that they're coming in having stepped off the karmic wheel. So these volunteers, some maybe you, maybe me, I feel like I've been here a lot actually, but I'm seeing it in the children actually that have come in with no karma. They've stepped off, or they've never been in that karmic wheel. So, you know, I kind of, quite a few, I can't remember whether it's Diana Cooper who said it, but quite a few people have said that those that have come in post 2012 are karma free, and I see that in my little boy who was born in 2012. You know, he's so switched on, and he just has a lightness in his being, whereas, you know, you can see the people who've come in with ancestral stuff to work through or karmic stuff to work through. It's, yeah, but these young people, they really need our support, because if they've never been here before, it can feel really full on, and especially when they hit those teen years, it's going to be really difficult for them, and some of them may not make it. So we really need to hold the light for these young people, all young people, and all of humanity. You know, we need to really be supporting each other while we go through these times, because I know a lot of people are really struggling, and there are so many different ways of stepping out of that victim and stepping out of that struggle. And one way is to, you know, really connect in with your spirit guides, your guardian angels. Know that you're held. You know, there are so many galactics and light beings and angels that are here waiting for us to ask for help. You know, and there's many ways you can do that. At the moment, what I'm choosing to do is every day work with a different ascended master and just bring through their qualities. And, you know, you can ask for healing. You can ask for healing before you go to sleep. You can ask for answers. You can do, you know, automatic writing. You know, there's so many different tools out there. And I would just say the main tool I'm going to suggest, and I'm going to leave a link below this video of a journey which is all about staying centered. It's about really feeling your inner fire, you know, because what's going on in the world, just, you know, even if it's not what's going on with actual people and, you know, the craziness out there of Christmas and all of that stuff, what's going on energetically is full on. So we need to be really centered in our core. So whatever you do that really helps you be grounded and centered in your core. So I'm going to leave a journey that will support you in that, and it's about igniting your inner fire and really feeling your own authenticity and your inner flame, your inner power. And it's really interesting to just notice without judgment where you get knocked off center. And it could be people in your life that do that for you. You know, there might be a certain person that you keep, you know, we keep playing out these patterns with people until we get the lesson. And I know for a lot of us, me included, we feel like we have to stay in a friendship or relationship that's toxic or destructive because we need to learn the lesson. And actually sometimes the lesson is to walk away. And yeah, I heard this really beautiful visualization that you can do. So if there's someone that you're really struggling with and they just don't seem to be getting the hint or the message that, you know, you're struggling with them, start visualizing them. Maybe if they come to your house a lot, you could visualize maybe meeting them at your gate and just giving them a bunch of flowers and waving them goodbye, you know, and sending them love, you know. So that's just one little visualization. You could make up your own. Maybe, you know, you'll see them in the shop instead of them coming to your house, or maybe it'll be on the phone, you know. Just kind of imagine, just, you know, hi, yeah, how are you doing, sending you lots of love, I'm really busy, can't talk right now. And, you know, just practicing whatever it is you need to do to kind of just disconnect, you know. And I know for a lot of people it's really hard to say no, or to know how to pull back from energies. I mean, I've just got to the point now where it's just like I just visualize putting up my barriers and disconnect. I just disconnect from that energy. But, you know, sometimes we need to do something a bit more powerful. So, you know, maybe you want to, you know, just see their angels walking them away, or just, you know, whispering in their ear, you know, let's move on, let's move away. But you know, I think that kind of just giving them a bunch of flowers and waving them goodbye is very gentle, isn't it? Sending them love. But again, you know, sometimes we can't do that. Sometimes it's family members that we or people who are in our house and in our face. Notice, you know, if they come in with anger, or they come in with whatever it is, you know, gossip, or just, or their narcissism, or, you know, it's just like, just take a breath, come into your core, walk out, or don't respond. You know, it's like, it's a real sign of how we are. If we get wobbled off by them, if we start reacting, you know, it shows that we're not centered. So it's about, you know, pulling back. But coming back to this little decree that I'm going to share with you, if you're feeling like, you know, just life's too much and you're being asked too much, maybe this is the decree that you need to say, and I will put the words below. So like I said, I know that this came from, there's a channeled book called Beloved Mary, and in this book Mary talks about how she petitioned the board of karma, the lords of karma, to ease the karmic load for humanity. And that book was channeled between the 30s and the 50s, I think. There's got a whole series of channelings. And I can share a link for one of the books I know that you can get on Kindle. So that's where Diana and Tim got the idea to create this decree. So I'm going to read it to you, and there are parts where you insert your own name, and there are parts, sorry, there's a plane going over, where you visualize while you're breathing. So I'll just read those bits out. So here we go. So the idea is that you say this every day with power and authority. I, Rachel, humbly and under the law of grace, step forward to approach the table of the board of karma. Standing at my side are the illumined presences of Jesus, Beloved Mary, and Quan Yin. So imagining yourself standing in front of the board of karma, these ascended masters. In the name of the light, I fully rescind all agreements, parallel timelines, akashic cords, and everything that prevents me from living in the joy of the fifth dimension. I honour with compassion the journey of my brothers and sisters on their ascension pathway, and I release my responsibility for their progress with a golden breath of light. Inhale and exhale into the heart with love. I request to be free to walk my path of mastery and to serve at the highest level with my promise that I align my process with the song of my heart. I hereby declare my freedom, and I proudly don my own robe of service in the presence of the board of karma. So see yourself being gifted with a robe of your own eminent design. As within, so without, as above, so below, it is done. So saying that every day, every morning until the 1st of January is going to have a massive shift. The more of us that do this, the more the energies are going to change. So yeah, I don't think there was anything else I was going to say. I'm just wishing you all an amazing solstice. Again, the energies are full on. I would recommend looking at people like Pam Gregory, or any other, there's a bird going by, any other astrologers, Kai Pacha, they're some of my favourites, and be aware of the planetary alignments. I don't know if I'm going to put out my yearly reflections course. I haven't got it together so far. It may still happen. There is still time, but if not, I just wish you lots of love, and remember to keep in your core and keep visualizing the new earth that we're stepping into. Don't get caught up in any of the fear or the craziness of what's going on out in the world. Stay in your center, stay in your core, stay in your highest vision of where we're moving to as a planet. The planet is ascending. The whole solar system is moving to a different part of the galaxy, so we're getting these massive upgrades. So just be open to them, and also just to throw in right at the end, those of you who are going through an initiation, so whether it's an initiation of health or an initiation of like the moon pause initiation, it's ramping up. Those initiations are ramping up, so it is extra time. You know, it's time to be extra self-care, self-love. If you're getting, you know, the hot flushes and all those things ramping up, just know that you're upgrading, you're being upgraded. We're all being upgraded. So just embrace it as much as you can. Embrace, surrender, let go. Many blessings and lots of love.